it's time to introduce the Kirby topic. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Nintendo Switch 2 editions, plus Star-Crossed World has released. It came out like a week ago or something.
2 weeks
It came out for the Nintendo Switch 2. I think it's like a week and a half, maybe.
Okay.
It was like August 28th. No, this game is finally out, and yeah, I think we've most of us have played it. We all at least know a lot about Kirby. We're all big on Kirby.
To be clear, real quick, also to chat, I said this at the top of the stream, but I'll repeat it here. We're gonna split this discussion up into like 2 phases. First part will be no spoilers, and then we'll get into spoilers in the second half, and I'll put like a warning on screen. Yeah.
So start out, I think we'll just talk about some like general gameplay stuff. You know, so for this DLC they've added new stages, which is pretty cool. I mean, so let me get. I wrote down a whole slew of things to be talking about. So yeah, this is one of many Nintendo Switch 2 editions that was announced. And this is definitely the one that I'd say I was the most excited for.
You didn't look forward to Mario Party Jamboree TV Party?
What have been the Switch 2 edition so far? Is this the most substantial one that has come out so far?
I think so. The other ones are Zelda's.
Yeah, Zelda was a performance bump, and then they added like the Zelda notes on your phone. And then Mario Party Jamboree was a performance bump, and then it was also very weird new Bowser Connect mode, which is like not super replayable and not usable online, so it's like not the best. I would say of all the ones they've done.
What do you mean, bro? It has a whole 3 mini games that don't work.
Yeah, it's not very good. I didn't get it, so
You can't play online.
I will admit, the new modes are fun, but you can play online. You know, doubles is always a staple. For frenzy modes, you know, it's a fun idea for a mode. And I like the mini games with the mice, with the mice X controls. Those are actually mostly good.
Yeah.
I was thinking like little mouses with cheese running around in Mario Party. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I would say of all
Kirby has mice.
I would say of all the ones they've done so far, this is the most that feels like traditional DLC is the best way to put it.
Right, yeah. So it's
a good way to put it.
It's not even just your standard level pack DLC though. It's not like, you know, you go to a different menu and there's new stages. They've added a whole new like story campaign kinda. I was surprised when I first booted up this game. It starts with like when you start the DLC stuff, there's like 5 minutes of like cutscenes and dialogue. It's just very unexpected for me. But yeah, I mean, what are kind of our... what is it?
It's not a spoiler, I don't think, but there are actually like 2 different versions of the cutscenes depending on where you are in the main story, which is kind of fun.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right, yeah.
I didn't think about that. That makes sense.
Yeah, because you can play it when Elfilin is kidnapped.
Yeah, I did ponder that. Like, if you go to it when Elfin by like after World 4, like what would be going on there?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elflin's
it's just
gone.
that he's not there, and everything he says is given to another character.
So what of us that have played this? What are our general thoughts of this as like as an expansion on the original game?
It's really nice to be able to have the chance to go back and play some more Kirby Forgotten Land. I forgot how fun it was to play and to play around the abilities, going back and like, oh yeah, have these upgrading new abilities. This is how much they messed around with it.
Yeah, by the way, this is the first update to this game ever at all.
Yeah.
This game came out in 2022. It's just like 3.5 years later.
Like I wasn't expecting to get an update like this.
No, yeah, I wasn't either. It's kind of this. They haven't updated. They don't usually update Kirby games like this, like so far after the fact.
I had 2 main thoughts on this game as I was playing it. One is I think they kind of almost undersold this a bit in like marketing. The way they kept saying like it's remixes of like the original level. So I was thinking like, oh, you go through the level, like something slightly different will happen as you go along. I think that's almost kind of underselling what actually happens, which is you start in like the same area in most levels, but then you go somewhere completely different. And it's a new level. It's just like a new level in the same kind of general location. And sometimes like you go to like very different places too. In particular, like it's like the one where like you go under the water. There's like a few where you go completely off like where you would go originally. Like, these are, they call them remixes, but they are very much new levels. I would say.
Yeah.
I really like.
new areas.
It's kind of using the same settings as the original game, but they diverge just to a completely different path. It's a lot of fun. What did you think, Vernius? Didn't you stream this?
Whole
Did
thing.
you play this live?
Like 2
The
days
whole thing.
span. Yeah. I do agree though with how it was a little undersold and how it was, I wouldn't say like as disingenuous or incorrect.
Right.
But I feel like just like the only thing we got was remix levels. It wasn't like expanded upon besides that selling point. So I could see why people would be like, oh, okay, it's just a little different. Like, why am I paying for this? But I'd say that most of the levels definitely added a lot more over the originals that made them stand out and worth playing through. They were mostly really good, in my opinion. I really enjoyed the new mouthful modes. Those were all super duper fun and cool to use.
Yes, that's one of my favorite parts of this. I think in the original game, the mouthful mode, honestly, I think it's one of like the best ideas Kirby has had.
Yeah.
Just because I think it works so naturally. It's such a natural extension of Kirby's abilities. It's a great way to get sort of like weird new forms for Kirby, which has kind of been a staple.
It also feels like this is also a way of like placing in some like older abilities and recontextualizing it in the different scenarios where like you don't like, instead of like having to force like this ability and figure out what to do with it to expand upon it, it's just like just for whatever they need the level design to be. Like definitely there's new ones that are like an analog to the high jump and another to the wheel.
Yeah, car Kirby is basically wheel Kirby a lot of ways.
Yeah, I could imagine like a scenario where it's their first 3D game and maybe some of the abilities are kind of made more situational. So I like how they kind of categorize them in a whole different mode. So you kind of have your normal abilities that can be upgraded, and then these kind of breaks in the level where you'll do like a specific section. But no, I remember when the first game came out, it was such a good idea that it was so clever. I would sometimes struggle to think of like what else they could do with it. Just because it's a very specific idea. It's something, it's an object that when Kirby inhales it, he takes its shape, and then the gameplay is based on what shape Kirby is. It's such an interesting thing. And it was really cool to see them think of new ones for this. And they're all the new ones they added felt like pretty natural extensions of what was already in the base game.
Right. I almost got the impression that they must have been like unused concepts from the original game.
Gear Kirby,
right. I get that idea too.
Gear Kirby might be the best like one in the entire game to me now. I think some of the design, I can tell that's the one they like the most. I think they use it the most out of all of them. They get a lot out of that. They get a lot of like fun platforming with it. There's a lot of fun puzzles with it. It's like very intuitive to control. I was very impressed by Gear Kirby.
I agree.
Yeah, they really like the traversal abilities.
I think I'm a gearhead too.
Together, I like how they include Fan Kirby and then make it like Hoop Kirby, and then they do the snowman puzzle. They do the snowman puzzle from every Kirby game.
Yeah, the snowman puzzle. It's a classic staple. I'm glad we got the snowman puzzle in here.
They literally brought back hit 2, don't hit the third.
I was going to say they have. They have their two favorite like Kirby puzzles in this, which is roll the snowman head on something and then make sure you cut the thing in the right order, or else you can't get it. Puzzle. They have their two favorite genre of Kirby puzzle.
When I came up to that, Ryan, I just took a picture and I sent it to you, and I was like, I can't believe this. They have the puzzle. Everyone knows the hit 2, don't hit 1 puzzles, right? You know that, Bernice. You're a veteran.
The breakable blocks, devious.
Yes. I didn't get tripped up by this time. The moment it was on screen, I was like, I already know your trick. I already know what's happening here.
I did.
Don't you try to throw it. Don't you try to throw the wool over my eyes. I know what's happening.
I talked about the first thing that I was surprised by, which was that it was a bit more like meaty than I thought it was going to be. The other thing I was kind of surprised by, I don't know how other people feel about this. I should stress also, when I played this, I reset all my power-ups back to their standard form, and I only upgraded them every, 2 worlds.
Me too.
But I was surprised. I wouldn't say brutally difficult. I'm not saying that. But I was surprised that I felt like this was very designed for people who had played the game already. The Waddle Dees in this are hidden way harder, I would say. There's usually find
Starries.
Yeah, those stories. It's I'll find the 5 thing in a level. I'd always leave a level not finding one of them without fail.
Okay, did anyone else have that happen every time?
I sucked at getting all of them. The flowers in particular, devious objective. They're so tiny and hard to find in some levels.
I got through halfway the levels. I'm every time they want me to do 5 of something, I'm always missing one.
Yeah, it's I'm paranoid, dude. This is in every platform where I ever play with collectibles or achievements of that sorts with collectathons and all that. I'm paranoid. I have platform paranoia. I've been coining this term for a while in my time online because it just happens all the time in games I play. Kirby, Mario, anything with platform and collecting, I experienced this at some point. And I felt it the most with the objectives of collect or do X amount of this thing.
No, there were plenty of levels in the base game where I would get all of them my first try. I don't think I left a single level on this game on my first try with getting everything.
Yeah, no. Which, that's replay value. I appreciate that.
I remember...
I don't know if... sorry.
I was going to say...
Whoever.
I was going to say that... I was going to say that...
What were you going to say, Hello?
There was just a moment where I was getting all right, gotta make sure, and then I get to the end of the stage after doing a bunch of stuff. It's wait a minute, they have you doing so much, and sometimes you just forget.
Yeah, I
think Crystal Bonkers, the mini boss, might have hurt me more than some of the full bosses in this game.
Personally, what did he say to you? I didn't know. I thought he was a cool guy. He's collects stuff.
Whoa.
He's cold in a sense of lacking warmth.
Yeah. Okay, he's Chris. I like how
he throws durians and doesn't afraid of anything.
I do like how all the mini bosses have 2 adjectives now. Before it was the Wild Bonkers, now it's Crystal Wild Bonkers. If this game gets a 3rd DLC pack, we're gonna have Flaming Crystal Wild Bonkers.
Yeah.
EX.
More adjective, please.
Yes. Waiter. But I do appreciate something I did start to appreciate a lot while playing this DLC. I do like how the missions are set up. I like how all of them, they're usually based on having to, they encourage you to explore the stage really thoroughly, because there's a lot of stuff. It's very much a game. I noticed this especially in the DLC, where you have to look out for little diverges in the path you're going on, or little oddities in the stage geometry to sort of explore. And the missions are kind of there to encourage you to do that.
This is definitely something to do in the main game. I noticed in the DLC as well. Is the missions feel very natural to if you're the kind of person who explores every nook and cranny of a level. You'll naturally get at least reveal one of the missions.
And a lot of missions are
on
just
the way as you're going for up a level. I feel I agree with you being naturally experienced and finding. I'm still very indifferent to objectives being hidden before you actually know them until you complete the level, or unless you actually find out what they are during the level. Just because the hidden ones in DLC were especially evil compared to what I remember from the vanilla game.
What's an evil one for you? What would you say an evil one is?
The evil one was the chest. Well, no. Actually, I guess finding one of the chests was particularly evil because I got stuck on. Okay, I don't know if anyone remembers the beach level where Kirby parts the seas Moses usually does in every game. The usual. There's a chest that's hidden under a mound of sand.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah, and then you went into a little secret room to the right side. I did not get that my first or even second try in that level.
Yeah,
but
I kind of
back on that level a lot.
I feel with a lot of those, my kind of perspective is a lot of them are just based on encouraging you to just play really well. Which I do kind of like. There's a lot of them that are do this puzzle without messing up.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know to do that necessarily, but if you're just playing really well all the time, those are some that you could just naturally get. Which happened to me a few times.
There's one in the mall that was like, don't fall off when you're like in ladder, like stair mode. And I saw that at the end because I fell off once and like shook my head like, I'm such a fucking idiot. I can't do anything right.
It did get to a point where I knew like I would screw up sometimes. I'd be like, that's definitely a mission.
Right.
This feels like mission.
Right.
I saw so many people talking about like
the combat challenge because you were fighting a bunch of enemies in the lava area, and I figured like, okay, there's a lot of like fights happening. There has to be something about not taking damage or not dying or something like that. And then it was like, don't get hit by the Galacto. It's like, oh, of course it was the biggest guy in the room. Of course,
that enemy is so annoying. I hate him so much. It's like the way it tanks your hits just to make sure it hits you back.
Yeah.
And it's like no matter how much damage you deal after getting through like its first or second phase, it always goes like, all right, give me one more try. Give me one more try. I'm gonna get you this time.
There was the snowman level. I dropped one of the snowman head once. I'm like, I just lost an objective, I bet.
I just lost the game.
Oh, freaking credit to that level. I totally forgot to hit the fan from a distance when you had to hit him like from a straight shot from afar. And then both times like, okay, I'm lining it up. I'm as straight as possible. He plummets in. I pause. I ponder. Oops, and I reset. And then I it took me like 3 tries. Well, third try, I mean, that's when I realized, oh yeah, the freaking the wind has to be expunged onto the fan to rise up the platforms. It's like, oh, oops. But yeah, I felt really silly. The snowmen.
Yeah.
Someone in chat is talking about this. There's one level in this DLC that gives you crash, and I saw them like, I bet I'm going to kill a mini boss with this. I bet I'm going to have to kill a mini boss with this. And I got up that I was right about it. I'm like, I fucking knew it.
Because the crash was also like hidden, kind of.
Yeah.
You had to like go out of your way to find it. Yeah.
Right. It's like, oh, I keep finding there. It's like, what do they need this for? And then they see what I need this for. It's like, oh my god.
I will say, I do kind of appreciate. I don't know if anyone's actually saying. I imagine there's people who would rather the game just be really upfront about everything you have to do.
But I do kind of funny.
Right. I do kind of appreciate how I think this game, like in the post game levels, they'll do that. They'll tell you to go back and find something, and I get that because it's kind of like. That's more focused on the collectibles and you've already played the whole game. But I do think they want kind of the main Kirby experience to be very brisk and for you to not really be thinking about that, to just enjoy your first time through a level kind of naturally.
Right.
So that's part of the philosophy I do appreciate.
I think with the main game, at least, maybe I feel a bit different about this one because they're a bit harder, and maybe I'm just like salty. I don't even know. But with the main game, it never really bothered me. I know that was a problem for some people. They didn't tell you the Waddle Dees. But I think it didn't bother me too much because I often found when I went back to like go like find the Waddle Dee I missed, the levels in this aren't very long. If you just like bust a nut,
you can just run through them in a straight line, pretty much.
Yeah, they're not too much to go through. Only like the last level with all the combat encounters.
Yeah.
Go
on.
I've seen a few people like say like it's interesting because if you play the game from the start, like from a fresh file, the StarCrossed world like levels unlock after you beat all the levels in a world or all the stages in a level. Kirby terminology. But
yes,
it makes them kind
Kirby
of like equivalent. It makes them kind of equivalent to the EX stages, like in older Kirby games, like how in Star Allies you'd have a few bonus levels in each world. And that's kind of interesting in terms of the pacing of like, you know, Kirby usually being kind of brisk.
That's interesting. I never thought of that comparison.
It makes them, to me, kind of like gives me the vibe of like, I'm not sure if you're meant to complete Star-Crossed World in tandem with the main story. And that makes sense with what you're saying with like, they want the Kirby story to be brisk. I'm not sure if it was designed that way to make it like, okay, these are the more difficult levels.
I thought about that. I kind of wonder how because I played this game like 3 times already before this. I kind of wonder how playing this for the first time, like if you got a Switch 2 and you hadn't played Kirby before and you got it now, I kind of wonder how playing these levels would be like. So like I said, I think they tend to be designed a bit more with like people who have played the game already in mind. So it's interesting. you kind of gain access to them just as soon as you beat the first world, pretty much.
Maybe you're supposed to go in there and like get your butt kicked and go like, I'll do these later.
Yeah.
Definitely on the harder side, that's for sure.
Maybe if you're like someone who's like really hardcore, you'll be like, oh, the hard ones got unlocked. Like, this will be fun to go back to.
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah.
Do we want to talk
else?
about the music in the DLC? There's a lot of new music.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was surprised by.
The opera.
Yeah, they use the vocal synths a lot in this one.
Yeah, they use the necrodancer like opera singer, and then all the crystals.
You just freaking like itched my spine of nostalgia.
Your nostalgia spine. I was surprised to see how many composers are on this game.
Yeah.
Erica Kirby administrator.
Yes.
Is this the largest selection of composers on one Kirby game?
It might be tied with Dream Buffet, but
because I know
it's definitely up there.
Yeah, Dream Buffet was the last one to have basically every Kirby composer involved, pretty much. All the ones that work at HAL,
I think
at
this
least.
one technically still does, but yeah, Judy Chicago
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
aren't at HAL anymore.
Dream Buffet was a game they made so they could make a remix soundtrack, I'm convinced.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of spin-off Kirby games.
Yeah. The first
literally
thing I noticed when playing the first level was definitely the music. It felt very different compared to what I expected from like an opening level to any Kirby game. Obviously, it's different with it being an expansion to an already like pre-existing Kirby game, but I wasn't expecting like the freaking artisanal feelings I got from just
it's a very
1-1 right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very like
crazy.
I don't know what I would use to describe it. Like it's a little more urgent, a little more
like
there's a bit of
stuff. This is serious.
Yeah, there's some mystique to it too. It's kind of like, well, what this crazy magical thing is happening. I wonder what crazy adventures we'll experience in this strange land. We best be careful. That sort of thing. But yes, this how many composers is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
And they're literally running out of unique colors to put in the sound test.
Oh yeah, the Kirby sound test. They always have special colors to indicate who's composing which song. If you didn't know,
that's a cool detail. I don't know.
Yeah, so if you're like on the Waddle Dee band, like the music notes they give out are coordinated.
The Wallabies.
So yeah, now we officially passed like the number of colors on the rainbow. So they're gonna have to start.
You're gonna have to
start getting creative. Yeah, new rainbow update. We're gonna have to start adding like
goes crazy on the soundtrack. I will say, she has like
Who
the
goes
best
crazy?
tracks on it. Megumi Ohana.
Oh yeah, this is the first. I was surprised to see her and Shogo Sakai on the soundtrack because they've never ever done like a main traditional Kirby soundtrack before.
Yeah, they're part of the Tokyo HAL team, which does the spin-offs like Dream Buffet and Battle Royale.
It was really fun. There's one song, the first lava stage has a song that is so blatantly Shogo
it's
Sakai.
a Kirby Mass Attack.
It sounds like a Kirby Mass Attack song, like a Kirby Air Ride song, blatantly. And that's kind of when I was like, is Shogo Sakai on this? Is this? Yeah, that was pretty fun.
The music in World 3, Wandaria. The music goes crazy there.
Yeah, what is your favorite world of music, everyone? Your favorite music level?
Snow World.
Snow World again.
That's really good.
Again?
Same thing.
No, I just think I feel like a lot of that world's unfair because it's got like the first level theme in that, which goes like so beautiful, and then it also has the King Deity boss fight, which is also incredibly unfair.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's not a StarCrossed.
Yeah. You're talking like the game in general. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had to think about that. I might still with the Snow World theme still though.
Yeah, no, they're really good in this game.
Yeah, I really like the desert song. I wasn't expecting like that one goes really into the sort of the electric guitar.
Yeah, the kind of like surf rock kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, that one was really cool.
I will.
Sorry, Will's here. God willing. I do think also on the music, this is my personal opinion, we've gotten a lot of Nintendo games since like the Switch era that have added vocal main themes, and I think the one in this game, Twinkling Star Showers, I think it's the best one to me.
It's really good. It has tough competition to me with Starlight Journey, the one for Air Riders.
Okay.
So the takeaway here is basically Kirby just wins, no matter what.
Good for him.
It's also good. I can't decide. The beach is pretty good. Oh my god.
I think I like it because it's kind of like, I think a lot of the themes fall into like
they're
similar
happy pop
tones,
songs, basically.
Yeah, they're happy pop songs because it's like Nintendo games. Nintendo games are happy. But this one's like kind of a little melancholic.
Yeah, Kirby got the happy pop song in, so they could do like a different one.
Yeah, and I think also just the vocalist on this is like absurdly good. Yes,
I think
like,
I was talking about this with one of my friends. It feels like this song was written for her. Her name is Sammy.
I love that name, Sammy.
Yeah,
Sammy.
And she, but her in-universe, she does have an in-universe singer name too, which is very funny. But yeah, no, her voice is like, it's powerful. I don't know. She's speaking a made-up language, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling every word of it. She like really belts. She really uses.
Translate it.
She uses her voice. Yeah.
No, it's kind of like
remember when she showed up at like the concert and was like an anime character in real life? Sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
I remember that.
I was in general, I would say like the kind of vibe of the soundtrack in this is melancholy on the whole, which is interesting. It gives this DLC an incredibly unique like sound to it. It's like very still Kirby and the Forgotten Lands like soundtrack, but like it's like also its own thing. Like it's kind of like a branch off, which is interesting.
Right, because even for the setting, like the main game is pretty like typical Kirby, kind of happy, kind of tone for a lot of it. So I think
it goes back and forth, but yeah, I get you.
Right.
Like where it takes place and what we're looking at.
I think someone mentioned the beach track, like how in the main game that's just Judy Ishikawa doing beach track number 5, and it's good. And then in the DLC, that track is like amazing, and it doesn't sound like Kirby at all. It's by the new composer Yuki Kato.
Which is interesting. I didn't expect a new face here. We have a purple now.
They worked on Return of Dreamland Deluxe, but we don't know what we did. We don't know what they did.
They're about to bring up the fucking Avengers on the next mainline Kirby game. Apparently,
it's real.
Imagining a whole game. Oh yeah, I'm glad because him and Shogo Sakai like don't work at HAL anymore. I don't know if this was like freelance. Like I don't know the timeline of events necessarily.
Is just kind of a quick question about this because I feel like you guys would know as the Kirby music people. Is Kirby kind of the only Nintendo related series that kind of does music in this way, where it's like they kind of gather a group of composers instead of like having one dedicated composer?
Not necessarily, but it's definitely the only series I think where it's been the same team of composers from the very start.
Okay.
There is a big emphasis on the music in Kirby that I think you don't always see. Like even just color coding who does which song is like a measure beyond what you usually see.
And then
Nintendo
like also
games.
naming all the music, like giving them titles in game.
Oh yeah, that's right. Which
this game has like the longest like track title ever of any Kirby game, but it's a spoiler.
Yeah,
Mario Kart. I
mean, speaking of spoilers, I was
gonna say Mario Kart World had a big team. That's true. I'm foolish for forgetting that.
Right.
Before we
and
move
Smash
on,
Brothers.
Before we move on to spoiler territory, I will say there's one I think slight disappointment out of this DLC. Only one thing that kind of stood out. I kind of wish they remixed a few bosses. I think pacing wise, I would have liked that. I don't know what they could have done because they've already remixed the main bosses in the game already.
So many times as well, yeah.
Maybe just like having maybe just having like one new one halfway through the DLC. Like I don't know, like a bigger version of like the mini boss guy they invented. Like you fight that. That could have been something. The combat in this game is so much fun. And you get to experience it again when you go to the arena, which we'll talk about in the spoiler section.
Yeah, if you wanted upgraded
they really
bosses,
put all of the boss budget into that single boss it has.
Oh yeah. So is that all the general non-spoilery stuff we have to say about Kirby? Any parting thoughts? I guess we should say, like, would we recommend this? Was this worth the $20 upgrade?
Yes.
$20, yes. If you don't own Kirby already, $80 is pretty steep. This is my favorite game on the Switch. I'll say that. So ultimately, it's up to you if you don't own this game already, if you want to get the upgrade and the DLC. I think this is a very high quality game. $80 is a lot though, so it's up to you.
It's up
Right.
to you.
But if you already own the game though, fucking get this shit. What are you doing?
Get ready to start the show!